Studios and Archive 12 Plays, and today we are continuing our adventures in the Legends of Heroes Trails from Zero. Now, I've got some important and very exciting information for those who want to play this game but don't currently have the patience to try and get this mod working, because as you know, I'm playing on the fan-translated version of this game, so there might be some inaccuracies compared to what actually was going on. However, my friend who originally turned me on to the Legend of Heroes series actually posted a little tidbit. I'm going to pull it up right here. You're not going to see it because I'm reading it on my phone, but what he said was that it apparently, the two things, actually. The first is that for those who have played the Trails series, there is a new game that's going to be coming out called Trails of the Beginning, and that's supposed to be released in August of next year. And, you know, it's supposedly supposed to take place after Trails of Cold Steel, and according to him, it quote-unquote has 50 characters across 3 separate stories. Now, I know that there is a game that comes out after Trails of Cold Steel 4 that I think was released earlier this year. So I don't know if Trails of the Beginning is that or if it's something else, but that's something to keep an eye out for, just in case. But in addition to that, Trails from Zero and Trails from Azure are getting ported over to the PlayStation 4 at some point within, I'd imagine, the next year as well. And if they're getting ported over there, that means they're probably also going to be English translated, which will be the first time they've officially been translated into English from Japanese. So for those who want to play this, keep in mind, within the next year, you're going to be able to do this on your own on the PlayStation 4 without having to worry about going through Japanese websites to purchase the game and then modding it like I've done. So that's kind of cool, actually. But yeah, so I'm going to stop, you know, ranting and raving about that, and we'll focus on what's going on in this game right now. It's been a few months since I last played it, and I've just been really busy and hectic and whatnot, so I haven't been able to really dedicate as much time as I wanted to it. But let's see, what happened in the last episode? The last episode, we ended up meeting Llyod Bannings, who is a young detective in the Crossbell Police Department. And he is, well, I mean, he's been thrust into a very unique position in that he is supposed to be heading a team that's very similar in concept to the Bracer Guild. And the reason for that is because of the fact that the Crossbell Police Department is feeling a little threatened by the fact the Bracer Guild is so popular and they are less than popular with the people of Crossbell. So, the special support section has been created, although a lot of the police officers apparently think it's going to fail, and Llyod is the commander, even though he's the youngest, I think. No, he's not the youngest. Tio's the youngest. He is one of the youngest detectives on the Crossbell police force, and he is still kind of getting the hang of trying to be a police officer and a detective. He's gone through the academy, he studied abroad, but now, rather than like learn from like a veteran, he's been thrust right into the thick of things as the leader of this team, and they've given him the option to back out. Just like with Class 7 in Trails of Cold Steel, all the members had the option to back out, and so far, Lloyd's the only one that's still thinking about it. Everyone else is dedicated to trying to see the SSS succeed. So we're going to pick up right there. I had to end it kind of early last time, so we didn't get to see what his final decision's going to be. We'll find out right now. Without further ado, let's get started. Man, I'm hopeless. All this, and I'm still just as confused as I was. Maybe a short walk around might clear my mind? Do I have to go out? Yep, okay. This is what I should have probably gotten to at the end of last episode, but I just, you know, that episode was actually going really long anyway. That's the reason why I had to split it into 2 parts. And what a nice breeze. Oh, I can see Belheim Apartments from here. I bet everyone from back then has moved by now. I think Cecile's family's still living there, though. I should pay them a visit once I find the time. Been 3 years since then. After Uncle's family took me in, I eventually enrolled in Crossbell Police Academy. Studied and trained like a madman. After that, I passed the detective qualification exam. But in the end, what did I actually want to accomplish after becoming a detective? Hey, police guy! Oh, it's the kids from the previous episode. You two? We've been looking everywhere for you. We went to the police department, but they said you weren't around. They told us about this place, though. This is it, right? Where the special support section is? Yeah, this is the place. Did you need something? Well, actually, we just thought we ought to thank you for today. You know, the right way. Oh, really? If you hadn't come down there, those monsters would have hurt us pretty bad. So, that's why we wanted to thank you again. Wow, thanks, you two. I appreciate the sentiment. Don't forget, you guys still look dumb next to someone like Arios. But, you know, compared to the rest of the CPD, I guess you look pretty cool. You just gotta work hard to catch up to him now. Come on, Ryu. We came to thank him. Why are you trying to lecture him? No, I get it. He's right, too. We don't plan on disappointing you, Ryu. By the way, where do you two live? I can escort you guys home if you want. Oh, no worries. West Street is right over there, so I'm good. I live in the residential streets, but I should be fine. But, could you tell Ellie and Tio that we stopped by too? Sure, I'll let them know. Be safe on your way back, okay? Yeah, don't worry about us. Well then, see you later. You really are a simple guy, Llyod Bannings. All it took to lift your spirits was getting thanked by some random kids. I guess, in the end, everything depends on how I choose to face my feelings. Word of advice, Llyod. To be a man, you have to be willing to tackle the issues you're facing head on. Follow your heart and intuition, and grasp the truth with your own 2 hands. If you can do that, you'll be able to see what exactly it is that you want to do. Yeah, right. If I don't at least put myself out there, I will never come to understand anything. Phone call? Yes, hello. You've reached Crossbell Police Department Special Support Section. Llyod? Llyod, is that you? What? Cecile? Thank goodness, it's really you. When I contacted the police department, they told me to call this number. The Special Support Section, you said? Is that the division you've been assigned to? Well, nothing's official yet. More importantly, I'm really sorry, Cecile. I was meaning to stop by first thing, but... Oh no, don't beat yourself up about that. I should have gone to greet you when you arrived at the station. Please, it's fine, Cecile. I promise. After all, work has you busy, right? We can meet up once you're able to get some time off. That's no good, Lloyd. How can you be so distant to someone who's practically your sister? I haven't seen you in 3 years, you know. Jeez. Fine. We'll find a way to make time somehow. And I'll make sure to go see Uncle Miles and Aunt Late tomorrow, too. Great! They'll love that. Mom and Dad have been really worried about you all this time. But I'm so happy. You finally come back to Crossbell. Yeah. I'm home, Cecile. Welcome home, Lloyd.
So, you up for it?
No objections here. Besides, you're the one who dragged me to the CPD in the first place.
Sure, you don't want me to recommend you to the 1st Division? They'll probably really benefit for someone with your combat prowess.
Yeah, I'll pass. Honestly, I'd rather sign up for the Guardian Force again than do that. Less paperwork, more action.
Fair enough. What about you, Ellie?
I will happily accept the position. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Glad to hear. And to be frank, I didn't expect someone like you to be here. I guess the higher-ups recommended you to this division in hopes that your calm demeanor would make the perfect office girl. Of course, you're well aware this won't be a bed of roses, right?
Yes, quite aware, sir. From here on out, I intend to work on things that actually make a difference.
Good answer. Well, Tio, do I even need to ask?
Not at all. This position is what we agreed upon from the start. Though, on a side note, the orbital cables are scheduled to be wired this evening. Would you like me to set up the terminal while I'm at it?
Yeah, I was counting on it. So, 3 down, 1 to go. Llyod Bannings, a Crossbell Police Academy graduate who earned high marks in both police theory and practice. You took those skills and used them to ace CPD's detective exam. If you ask me, you're too talented for this team. These guys aren't nearly as qualified as you. A cop like you will find success in whatever division or team he's assigned to. Hell, I bet no one here would blame you if you walked right out that door right now. With that in mind, do you still have any lingering doubts?
No, sir. Not at all. I look forward to working under you, Chief Sergey.
Good stuff, man.
You must have given it a lot of thought.
You're a real killjoy, kid. I was hoping you'd at least show a hint of uncertainty.
Come on, sir.
Well, that settles that. You guys have the day off today. Tomorrow onward, you'll be working your asses off. Theo, terminal's all yours.
Roger.
Oops, I almost forgot. Llyod Bannings.
Sir.
Ellie McDowell.
Sir.
Randy Orlando.
What's up?
Theo Plato.
Sir.
As of today at 9 a.m., I officially approve and acknowledge your new assignments. Welcome to the Special Support Section. Look forward to the mountain of different jobs I'll be throwing at you.
Once we get to that point, just like before with Trails of Cold Steel, I will only show you the ones that I think are going to be relevant. It's going to be a little bit more difficult here because of the fact that since I haven't actually played this game, I don't know which ones are going to be relevant or not. But I will do my best to try and make some kind of assertion. And if they become relevant later on and I didn't realize it, then I will definitely make a note and tell you guys what happened. But just in case I cut it out. But I will do my best to try and it, because I know a lot of the jobs, they are hinted at later things, at least in Cold Steel they are, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're actually relevant enough to show you, because these recordings go for a long time, and I don't want to waste your time with things that seem kind of boring and trivial. So I'll do my best to make the time that you spend on these videos worthwhile. Our beloved goddess, Adios, who art in the sky, we beseech thee, upon thine heavenly gates for the soul running towards your loving embrace. I couldn't believe the news when I first heard it. A guy like him passing this young? Wasn't he about to get married to that beautiful fiancée of his too? Why did things have to end up like this? Why? Damn it all! What the hell are the police doing? One of their own was killed. Are they just going to let this become another unsolved case? It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. His parents passed away a while ago, didn't they? How will his younger brother handle all this? Lloyd, you feeling alright? Please, don't push yourself. I know you haven't been sleeping much recently. I'm fine, Cecile. I'm just sorry that you had to go out of your way for me like this. I should have taken care of all this myself. Lloyd, don't have to keep this distance facade up around me. We're family, aren't we? Besides, Guy was my... I'm so sorry, Lloyd. I knew that you were hurting the most out of all of us. Things are going to be hard from now on. But please, don't forget that I'm here for you. Until you can stand on your own 2 feet, I'll stand by your side, Lloyd. Really was a brat, wasn't I? Shouldn't have been so stubborn. Should have taken her outstretched hand. I'm home, Guy. Sorry for not stopping by sooner. Guess I still need to work on my stubbornness. But I'm here now. I'm back. I'm a detective of the CPD, same as you. And I'm home. I've still got a long way to catch up to you. I was assigned to this weird division. But I'm going to do my best with the hand I was dealt. Keep watching over me, Guy. Talk to you again soon.
Well, time to get started on your first official job at the SSS. Though I should give you a little bit more information before we get ahead of ourselves. Lloyd, grab your detective notebook.
Yes, sir. Black notebook with the police crest, eh? Looks like the real deal. We can also use this to identify ourselves as police officers, right?
Correct. There's also some more advice and explanations in there if you ever get curious. Heck, it even got some info about your tactical armaments. Pretty good references to have. However, its most important purpose is to keep track of the investigation report. Investigation report? What's that? Lloyd, your turn.
Yes, sir. I think I learned all about this at the academy. The CPD maintains a rule that all of its investigations are to be carefully and thoroughly documented. After an investigation has been assigned to you, you can record its status and keep track of its progress in the detective notebook. When submitting a report, the department evaluates what's in the notebook, and our bonuses are decided around that. That's why we need to fill it out as detailed and concisely as possible. That's a smart system.
Just sounds like a bunch of boring paperwork to me. That's the gist of it. However, the situation with the SSS is slightly different from other divisions. Apart from your standard investigations, you're also assigned to what we like to call support requests.
Huh?
You, if you will.
Roger. Everyone, follow me. Oh, I remember now. Isn't that the terminal you were busy hooking up to the Orbital network, Tio? Yes, I finished configuring it yesterday. After booting it up, you can select an option from the menu screen.
Well, would you look at that?
So these are support requests?
Right. Aside from the official missions of the department, you can also receive other requests. Think about the requests coming from citizens, tourists. Heck, maybe even the government will send us jobs from time to time. Support requests are optional, but if you decide to skip some, odds are that the Bracer Guild will snatch them up. Oh. Yeah, sounds about right.
By doing support requests, we take some of the guild's popularity for ourselves. Is that what you're getting at?
Basically, but on a much smaller scale. Anyway, when the department's busy, they might force you to help them. Patrolling the city, doing some menial paperwork, who knows?
You're kidding, right? It's all part of the job, Randy. Wait, so has the terminal already started receiving these requests?
Why don't you take a look for yourselves? Just don't forget to keep track of them in your notebook.
We won't, sir.
Seems to me like this is just a glorified notification system, but for cops. Now, we just gotta head down to HQ and listen to their explanation, right?
Yeah, sounds like it. I think I'm finally starting to get an idea behind this whole orbital network thing. Unlike telephones, which are purely auditory, the orbital network can transmit text and images. I've heard about it before, but now that I've seen it in practice, I can certainly see how it would be advantageous in all sorts of situations. Yes. As we speak, beta testing is currently being conducted throughout the Crossbell state. The system implemented in the police department is one such example.
Though I hear the guilds also started experimenting with terminal systems too. That should be enough to get you started. How about I let you guys work that support request that just came in?
Understood. But, what do we do after that?
I'd love to say do whatever you feel like doing, but you can bet that the real requests will start pouring in after your little lecture at HQ is over. Let's see. Considering this is your first assignment, try completing this as a statement to HQ saying that you're capable of police work. That should shut them up for a while.
Is this really the underlying issue here?
By the way, Lloyd, You're in charge of giving everyone a tour of the city.
A tour of the city? Why?
You're the ones protecting this place, so go see it with your own eyes. Know it like the back of your hand. Oh, and once you head out, make sure you drop by the weapons shop and the Orbital store. They aren't too far away. As police officers, those places will be pretty handy in the future.
We'll stop by right after going to the police department then.
I'll be in my office most of the time, probably either reading a magazine or taking a nap. If you run into any problems, don't bother me. You're smart kids, you'll figure it out yourself. Well, off you go.
Wait a minute! That's one irresponsible dude. Is it really okay for him to slack off like that? I fear for our future. Anyway, this is just our first real assignment. Let's walk around the city a bit first, and then take care of this. Let's walk around the city a bit first, and then take care of that support request. It's natural to feel nervous, but as long as we don't rush things, everything will turn out okay. Agreed. Roger that. Time to hit the road then. Amazing how well they managed to recreate this in Cold Steel 3. I love looking at this, like the original version of it, and comparing it to my memory of Cold Steel 3. Whew, this place hasn't changed one bit. A little noisier, maybe. Well, that's no surprise, given how this is more or less the heart of the city. Look at these stores and restaurants. You can get all of your essentials here. It also acts as a hub leading to other districts if you're in a hurry. And it's only gotten busier with the recent surge in orbital vehicles. Sure looks that way. Okay, everyone. How about we drop by the Orbital store next? You mean the Orbital factory the chief mentioned? Word around town is that the whole place is a huge makeover. Real fancy now. Indeed. This new type of factory focuses more on commercialized orbital products. A formal contract with the police was drafted to improve CPD's orbital capabilities. We should be able to rely on them for any of our orbital needs. We'll soon become regulars there if that's the case. So, should we stop by before going to the other districts? Yeah, that should be that corner building over there. Wow, so this is that new orbital store that people have been clamoring about. From the biggest orbital car to the smallest orbit, they have it all. On top of that, their new redesign gives off that sleek and modern feeling, doesn't it? It's hard to believe this was a simple factory 3 years ago. Anyway, we should go talk to the technician to adjust our ordnance. Customer service should be able to point us in the right direction. They keep the equipment behind the counter, so let's ask for their help. Alright, let's ask the counter then. I remember these girls. Howdy everyone, welcome to Gen 10 Orbital Factory. Shoot, I mean, welcome to Gen 10 Orbital Store. No way, Lloyd? Is that really you? Wendy? Wait a second, what are you doing here? How rude! Can't you tell by looking at me? I'm Gen 10's engineer. Seriously? I know you mentioned you were looking for a job in your letters. I just really wasn't expecting to run into you while working. Oh, this lovely lady is an old friend of yours, Lloyd. I'm a little jealous. Want to go on a date when your shift ends? Now isn't the time for this, Randy. We're on duty for crying out loud. It's nice to meet you, Wendy. I've heard great things about Gen 10, but the rumors don't do it justice. Oh, are you guys Lloyd's colleagues? Truth be told, the store was decorated based on the owner's personal tastes. I should have mentioned this sooner, but this is customer service. From here, we can provide maintenance for all of your orbital needs. All right, we'll be leaving our orbits in your capable hands from now on, Wendy. Oh, but our orbits are the Enigma models. Is that going to be an issue? Oh, wow, so you guys got your hands on the brand new models, huh? Just leave it to me. I should have the tools for them right here. I have a few regulars that use that model too. Man, Bracers sure love their orbits. Really? But the Bracer Guild's connections have allowed them to acquire cutting-edge technology as well.
Damn. We better catch up or else they're gonna leave us in the dust.
This isn't a laughing matter, Randy. Oh, just ignore them. Anyway, I'd recommend getting used to us pestering you, Wendy. We'll be counting on you for any of our orbit problems. No problem. Leave it to me. Whenever you guys get the itch to modify your orbit, just let me know and I'll get you guys all set up. Also, if you have any general questions about orbits, just ask away. You're speaking to an Orbital Pro after all. I believe this area is known as West Street.
Yep, it's one of the larger residential areas in the city. Just look at all the apartments. I'm actually familiar with most of the people in this area. Is it okay if I take some time to catch up with them when we get the chance? So I take it you grew up around this parts? Hell, we're already here. May as well do some meeting and greeting before we head out. I'm sure you've been longing to see your friends and family. We can accompany you too. Thanks, guys. I should swing by Belheim to visit Auntie. I can probably find Oscar working at the morgue. Morgus? I don't think it's morgue. Morgus. I can probably find Oscar working at Morgus, too. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up here. I know not a lot has happened in this episode, but I also don't want to burn you guys out because this video is going pretty long as it is. And I want to be able to really take the time to explore Crossbell and talk to everybody I need to talk to and show you guys everything without, you know, beating you guys over the head with like a 2-hour-long video. So we're going to cut it short here. I will release another episode to continue this on very, very soon. It's not going to be a couple of months. It's going to be like maybe a week at the most. We'll see. We'll wrap things up and we'll continue on with the main storyline because I'm very excited to see what happens next. And I'm very grateful that I have time to actually get back to playing this game again. In the meantime, thank you for joining me. This was Archive of 12, and I shall see you in the next video.